Welcome to Students Explain whatever the hell we want to be explaining.
Today we're explaining the movie Sinners. Shall we get into it?
Let's get into it.
Okay. We start off, it's the 1930s. It's not a great time. It's a time I would not like to go back to. Please and thank you. And we have our main character. His name is Sammy. I'm going to call him Sandwich because he's a cutie pie.
I don't want to change their names because they're black.
That's very black coded and it's gay coded. His name is probably Samuel. And his stud name is Sammy.
All right, Sandwich. I like that.
It starts off at the end of the movie. He goes into a church and he is torn up.
Like many of us have been torn in the church.
Ooh. Because he comes into the church with a broken guitar.
Right.
And his dad, who's a pastor, is like, drop that guitar because you've been flirting with the devil. And we're like, wait a minute. I just got here. So before we can see whether he drops the guitar, it goes back in time 24 hours and we see how he got there.
You know how many queer PKs I know?
That's a thing.
I'm not saying that Sammy's queer, so let's just, before y'all eat me up, he might not be.
The stuff he was doing was pretty sapphic.
He was doing sapphic things.
But we go to the beginning and we learn that Sammy comes from a family of sharecroppers. If you don't know what sharecroppers are, it's this really messed up thing in the South. After the slaves were freed, a lot of people really couldn't get jobs, so the slave masters were like, you know what, like, come work here, I'll pay you a little bit and you can live here. But they were paying them like dirt cheap. It was basically like one step above slavery. That is not gay.
That ain't do nothing but piss me off.
I'm just now I'm mad. But also, like Mal said, what is Sammy good at?
That baby can sing.
Sang down to the
Down.
ground.
And let me tell you something that I've observed in my life.
Yes.
Of being on this here planet.
Yes.
That choir to queer pipeline is thick.
And we will praise you for the rest of our days. Yes. Is this gonna be an episode about how Sammy's probably a stud adjacent?
Right, because we got to be clear, because he's not a
He's
black
not.
lesbian.
So his two cousins come back into town. His cousins are Stacky Stack and Smoke Smoke. They're the Smokestack twins, played by one person. It's Michael B. Jordan.
The duality of it all.
Yes.
Queer.
Wait, question. If one of the twins was queer, who do you think would be queer, Smoke or Stack?
That's a really good question.
Oh, I don't know.
Stack was the
He was the flashy one with the red.
He's kind of that like hyper masculine one.
No, Smoke is the one in the blue, and he's the one that's like really like sad and depressed. I think it's Smoke because he's really sad and depressed all the time, and he's just
Are you saying that queers are sad and depressed all the time?
100. I'm sad and depressed all the time, girl. So I'm like, Smoke, nice to see you, sister. And he can't get over his ex. Smoke is queer.
Smoke is queer.
Smoke is queer.
It's Smoke. Smoke's a queer one.
But anyways, Smoke and Snack. I'm hungry. But Smoke and Snack get. Oh my God, the twins get back into town. They've been gone for a really long time.
Right.
But their reputation precedes them because apparently they were like gangsters. Nobody played with them. And I kind of like that.
Kind of like a stud revisiting their college campus.
Yes.
Alumna.
Except that stud went off to war and lived in Chicago during the Prohibition. And you learn why they come back into town. They explain to Sammy, we're back in town because we're opening up a juke joint. Gay. Opening up a club, a party, come to my party.
Facts.
Girl.
Do you know how much queers pop up with parties?
They sent out the juke joint flyer with the background music. Go and bend your back. Go and bend your back, baby. Shake it to the max. If you don't know, juke joints are like basically little clubs back in the 1930s. And they're going to do so because they've brought down a crate of alcohol. And at this point in history, alcohol is illegal.
Right. And they got the good, like they had this like really good, I think it was a beer.
They have like Irish beer.
Yeah, it was an Irish beer.
Or an Italian wine.
Which is that kind of like.
Have you had it?
The Irish beer?
Is that Guinness? Is that?
Oh my God. Is it Guinness?
Is Guinness Irish or German?
Irish.
Tea. But yeah, so they bring down all that alcohol. And of course, they're going to bring people to the club because it's illegal.
Yes.
And people go to the club to like do illegal stuff. Not me. I go to be in fellowship.
And that's how we wrap back around to the queer to church to queer pipeline.
So they split up, right? Smoke and Stack split up.
Boom.
And they basically gather all the people to throw the party. Right. Initially, Smoke goes into town and he meets, oh my God, what's her name? Mary and Bo. Let's have a real conversation here. I remember when I first saw this film, everybody kind of gasped when they spoke because they're Chinese American, but they have Southern accents. And I didn't know about like the Chinese. Yes,
but the Chinese people were everywhere. Did you never seen Chinese Jamaicans?
Oh, I seen that.
We have them in our family.
Yes, brethren. But I never seen like Southern, like the Delta. I didn't know the history of that. And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, good on Ryan Coogler for showing that.
Yeah.
I don't think they're queer.
The Chinese?
I think they're Chinese queer people.
Sorry. I was like, because I for sure know that they're...
No, I mean like the characters Mary and Joe. Because I don't know.
They didn't give queer.
They gave like emotionally healthy.
But you know what? Where they did give queer was they were allowed to move between communities. So they were allowed to set up shop between communities.
That's true.
And queers be doing that. They were allowed to serve the white folks. They were allowed to serve the black folks.
True.
One thing a queer gonna do is open a business centering queers, but serve everybody.
Exactly. That's so true. So, you know, we'll make
We'll include them. They made the cut.
So he recruits them to make a sign for them and like get a bunch of food or whatever. So Smoke gets Mary and Bo, right? Smoke also stops by his ex's. I think it's his wife. I think they're still married. But he left for years.
Can we just pause?
Yes.
Because a queer loves to stop by. Send a hey, how you doing text. How you been?
I left my bobby pin at your house.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
You still got my scrunchies?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I got a whole fade. Hey, them Nike socks? You still got them? Girl, no. Girl, those Nike socks, her new boo is wearing them.
Oh.
No.
But yeah, you're right. Smoke pulls up to see his ex, Annie. I like Annie.
Oh, Annie. Oh,
yeah.
Come on.
One me.
Oh. Can we take a minute? Don't know if you got a girl. Don't mean to disrespect.
Their kind of situation is they had a child and a baby that had sadly passed, and that kind of caused some friction. And he just left. He left and he went to work in Chicago with his brother. And she's just like, damn, that's crazy. The thing about Annie, what I like about her, she's super spiritually inclined, which is gonna like come in handy later.
Also kind of queer coded. I don't want to speak about everybody, all the queers. I can't say that, but I think like queer in the ways that we decide to show up when we decide to break and go beyond the mold or what we're expected to do. Mm-hmm. I think hoodoo probably predates queerness, but maybe they run in the same time frame.
I think they're both a rejection of like Western. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
And to be in touch with your indigenous religion is the same as being in touch with your indigenous identity. You know what I mean? So
maybe not predates it, but like it encompasses, it holds all that.
You know, the gays love a crystal.
Bitch. They love a sage.
So then he visits her and he's basically like, babe, like, I want you to come cook for us. And she's like, is that all you want? And he's like, no. And then in her little shack, they just...
You know what we love to do?
Hump and bump. Now Smoke has Mary and Bo and Annie, and they're all about to go to the juke joint, right? Stack, on the other hand, he goes to pick up two people. He goes to pick up Cornbread, who's going to work security at the door.
We love him. And
then Stack goes to go pick up, oh my God, Delroy Lindo. What's his name? I'm going to call him Unk. Yes, we're going to call him Unk. But you know what I'm talking about, Delroy Lindo. He's a keyboard player. I'm just like...
You feel seen.
Yes. Oh, but also queer coded using his hands. When Stack goes to go pick up Unk, right? Sammy is with him. And Sammy runs into this girl, Pearline.
We've all had let me tell you something. We've all had a femme that stopped us right in our tracks, who said, pull up to my party tonight. And then they pull up.
Yes. She was like, I got somebody. And he was like, you happy?
Yeah,
I was
what
like,
they got to do with me?
I was like, let me write that down.
I know a lot of studs that move like that. And masks. Don't let your husband stop you from finding your...
But yeah, so he invites Pearline to the little party. And then she's like, okay, maybe I'll pull up on you. And then Stack, at the same time, he sees his ex, Mary. That's the biracial girl, but not really biracial.
She's call those back in the day quadroon.
She octoroon. She octoroon.
That's crazy.
She's not biracial. She has a parent that's biracial.
Her grandparent.
Yeah, like her grandparent is like she's holding on to that sliver of negrotude. They see each other, they're already mad at each other. And I'm like, ugh.
We've been there before. Yeah, you go sit out the bush after on a first Friday. And you go just observe the folks.
And you see people arguing on the sidewalk.
Yeah,
Girl.
exes. Not me though. Y'all be safe.
So they see each other, and their issue is they were together because Mary's mom took in Stack and Smoke when they were kids and they were raised together and they kind of fell in love. But then Stack basically just left and broke up with her and was like, I don't want to be with you no more. And she was like, are you, girl, like ghosting? Very gay.
Ghosting is not good. That feels very straight coded. Sorry, I didn't mean for the straights to catch a straight, but
essentially they're mad at each other because she's like, you left, but then when he left, she went off and she married a white man. And he's like, well, you married a white man. And she's just like, well, you left. And you know that argument where it's just like, I did this because you did this, because you did this, because I did this, and it just keeps going over and over again. And they hate each other, basically.
But they don't.
They don't. It's like kind of cute. It's
Queer.
Like so rocket.
Queer coded.
Moving forward, they get ready for the night. Something is going on the other side of town, right? This man who's just like burnt up, messed up. He's running through like the desert or something. And he runs up to this white family's house, right? And he's like, you have to let me in. They're like, what are you running from? And he says, I'm running from the Choctaw tribe, the indigenous tribe that lives there. They're trying to get me. I'm white just like you. Like, these people who aren't white are trying to hurt me. The wife is like, no. But the husband's like, you know what, babe, he's white.
And that's queer coded. You know why?
Why?
Because the moment we clock a gay, we're letting them in.
I don't want to claim the racist white people as queer though.
You don't think that they're racist queers?
Oh, but they come in, right? Maybe like an hour later, the indigenous tribe comes, the Choctaw comes on their horses, looking so tea on their horses.
Don't they always look tea?
They look so tea. I'm just like, oh my God, I need a horse. The head of the Choctaw goes up to the door and he's like, did you let in a burnt up man in this house?
Hey, did you let a burnt up man in the house?
And they're like, you're not white. I already hate you. I'm already mad at you. And he was like, babe,
I'm not my problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you again. Did you let up this burnt up man in your house? If you let this man into your house, it's gonna be a problem. And they're like, we don't believe you. We're racist. Why would we believe people when we're racist? That's not what we do.
Is that what they said?
That's what I heard them say. And eventually the sun started setting, and the other Choctaw buddies are like, it's a dub.
Wrap it up.
The head of the Choctaw, he's like, we gotta go. We're gonna pray for you. Skirt, and like turned around. I was like, no.
On the horse is fat. That part felt very straight coded because
Why?
Listen to your indigenous foes.
Listen to our indigenous brothers and sisters.
When they come with a warning, just take heed. Just, you know what? You're right. I'm gonna wrap this up.
You only have to tell me once.
I did see the burnt up man. He's right back here. What should we do?
You want to talk to him? Actually, the person who talked to the Choctaw was just the wife, right? The husband's somewhere to be found. She closes the door. She yells out like, honey, it was the non-white people. She can't hear him, right? So she walks through the house, and then she goes into the bedroom, and then she sees her husband laid out on the floor, blood all over him, and she sees a burnt up man whose name is Remick, and he's in a chair, and he has blood all over his face, almost like he's bit him or eaten him.
We call that plasma play.
Of course, the wife screams, and Remick is like, it's okay, he's all better now. And the husband like wakes up and, and then everybody screams and it all fades to black. And I'm like, wow, vampires. Remember those people. We go back to the juke joint. Everybody's getting ready for the juke joint for the party, right? Stack and Smoke are running it. Annie is Smoke's girl, is cooking the fish. Mary and Bo are making the sign. Sammy's there. Also, let's go back. We learned before he went to the juke joint, his dad was like, don't go to that juke joint. Like, you're gonna have problems. And Sammy was like, I'm gonna go anyway. So remember that. Then the juke joint happened. Everybody's dancing.
What a spiritual experience. Queer coded. Do you remember one of your first times out in a queer party, a queer space, and feeling like a transcendent experience?
1000%. All my ancestors and my future ancestors come back. It's like me. It's like Bessie Smith. It's Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell?
I don't know. I can't think of anybody else. They have the juke joint. People are paying for drinks. It's common. It's cute. But as you remember with sharecropping, right, a lot of these people were employed by previous slave owners. And sometimes what they would do is not even pay them real money. They would pay them like wooden nickels that would work as coupons for the plantation. Yeah. And some people were paying for their alcohol with wooden money. Right. Stack is like, it's fine, let people drink with them, have a good time. Smoke is like, no, we can't make this. And then through this conversation we learn why they came down there. They came down there to just make some money, because what had happened was when they were in Chicago, they were working for, I think, the mob. Yeah. And they essentially stole beer from the Irish mob, stole wine from the Italian mob, and let them blame each other, and drove down south to just make a bunch of money. And if they don't break even, or if they don't make a profit, then
What was it all for?
it's for nothing. That's what's going on here. So you understand the stakes. So cool. They're figuring that out. This part of the movie is super important because at this point, Sammy is invited up to sing for the juke joint. This kid sings so well that he manifests the spirits of the ancestors and the people of the future, the spirits of the future. So he's playing the blues, but then you see like a rapper from the 80s, and then you see like a funkadelic guitar player from the 70s, and then you see girls
tribal folk.
Yeah.
It was just so good.
Oh my God, it was crazy.
Was this before real name Penelope? What's the one that Sammy likes?
Perlene. Remember Perlene?
Who said she might not come?
She pulled up and he was like, oh, I gotta sing. He says, somebody take a beat. How many times have you had a show and the person you're talking to shows up and you're like,
0 times. I've never had a show in the first night. You?
Yeah. 100%. It's like pull up to my show. I got you. And you play extra hard that day.
That's how you tore your ACL that one time.
Yes.
There was somebody there.
Oh my God. If y'all know, I tore my ACL jumping off of a stage. That shit was embarrassing.
It was a girl there?
Probably. Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
And that takes me to another thing.
Yes.
Because the way that you broke your knee, Sammy broke Perlene's back.
I was really thinking you were gonna say a story about like your Sammy.
No, Sammy from the movie.
She's
Could
an
you imagine
athlete.
me coming on here and be like, Sammy broke my back? Period.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stick with me here. Sammy from the movie broke Perlene's back.
Amen. Because she saw that performance and she was just like, oh, you can get it.
But broke back in a sapphic way.
Sapphic. Oh my God. Okay, you want to explain what he did?
No.
Okay. They go in the back room and he eats it from the rooter to the tutor. It was like really beautiful. So that happens. He's happy. He did his show. Everybody loves him. But he sings so well that he calls the attention of who? The
Burn Up Man.
Remick and the 2 other white people who are now all clearly vampires. And they're like, what is this? This is nice. This is cute. And they go up to the door, the juke joint, and they're like, what's going on? Is that a party? Can we come in? And then everybody's just like, why would you want to come in here? Again, these black people are distrustful because they're like, are y'all part of the Ku Klux Klan? And they're like, no, like we're not racist. We just
love your music.
We love your music. And they started singing. I'm not gonna lie, I like the song they were singing.
I'm not gonna hold you. I did too.
It was tea.
What's that genre called? Bluegrass.
Bluegrass.
I don't want to miss. I don't want to miss genre it. I don't know, but it was a little bop.
It was a bop, but it was a bop that did not belong in the juke joint.
The way my playlist is set up, I could see a bop like that just cycling through fresh after, I don't know, 21 Savage.
But like, it's like time and place. Like, I don't want to see like Chappell Roan at the BET Awards. You feel me?
But Haley Williams. Paramore?
Airplanes. Haley Jamaica Williams is welcome on BET anytime. That's different. Haley Williams is very similar to how Mary is, where she's in the juke joint, and they're like, how did she get in here? She a little light skinned. And they're like, she's here because she's family. And Annie, who's our favorite, our woo girl, she's the main one that's like, I do not trust these people.
Right.
Like, I really don't. Like, don't let them in. Close the door. And they're like, okay, we're just gonna wait out here until you change your mind. And they're just outside. I'm like, girl, what is going on here? Mary again, she figures out what's going on and how they stole the wine and they stole the beer. And it was like, you need all the money you can get. Like, you guys can't keep taking wooden nickels. She says, you know what? I'm going to go outside and talk to the white people because I'm white passing and see if they have money because they'll spend money here. And then Stack is like, okay, girl, fine.
Go ahead, do you?
Mary goes outside and hears them singing. And she has like a long conversation with them and then slowly realizes that they're really creepy. And she's
creeps.
Like, weird. Remember when he started drooling?
Yeah. Creepy.
I think it was kind of cute.
The drool? Are you okay?
No. So she realizes that they're creepy, and then she tries to go back inside.
Right.
And that scene, as she's going back inside, you see a shadow of Remick following her, and then I know where he just like jumps up and like flies out the sky.
Got her.
Got that girl. I'm like, God damn. And
damn it.
God. She was in everybody's business. Again, very gay. But I'm just like, girl, like Okay, sure, whatever.
It's always the one that be trying to do too much.
Yes, always in everybody's business.
You already family. You already inside. Just be inside. Ain't nobody else going out there. You didn't have to go talk and negotiate nothing.
Exactly. Just stay inside the house. Stay inside the juke joint, please.
Shit.
But then, as that's happening, Perlene sings her song, which I love, the Pale Pale Moon, where she's stomping like it's church.
That was good.
Girl, love it down.
Okay, so Mary got ate up.
But then she goes back to the juke joint and she cleans herself up.
Right.
And at this point, she's a vampire. And we know this because when she goes to the front door to Cornbread, remember Cornbread, who's like the security? She's like, are you going to let me in? He's like, yeah, sure. And you know, with vampires, they cannot go anywhere they're not invited.
That is gay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because the queers we love, we for the most part, I think the queers love a little consent moment.
Okay.
So I'll come in, but only if you say it's okay.
There you go.
And that's queer coded. I personally would be a vampire. I'm pro vampire.
Me too.
Turn me.
I want to live forever. I'm just really nosy. I want to know what's going on.
I'm interested in living forever, but I am interested in living a very long time. I still think they're kind of hot.
They are. They're very sexy.
And I think that's queer coded because queers are hot. I don't think I've ever seen a queer that don't look good forever.
So she comes inside after getting consent, which I'm like, and she immediately goes to seduce.
Find her man.
She find her man.
Because let me tell you something. Because if I become a vampire, guess what the first thing I'm going to do is go find my man.
And also, I'd be so offended if my partner did not try to turn me.
Because why are you turning anybody else?
Would you still love me if I was a worm? Would you still love me if I didn't turn you first?
I would, but I'd be deeply upset.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Wait till you turn into a vampire.
Okay, I got you. Okay. I'm going to call you first.
Boom. You my friend.
Okay, go ahead.
But that's gay. I'm not going to bite your neck. I'm not going to bite your neck.
But she immediately goes to her man, seduces him.
When she's going to turn him, it's super hot and steamy, just like queers are. And just like the segs that they have. And she spits in his mouth. And I'm sure other people are doing it, but I don't think anybody's doing it like the queers are.
But then it gets cut short. She bites the hell out of him, and that's that.
That's rough.
But then Smoke, his twin brother, and Sammy come in. And Smoke was like, girl, what? And then shoots her. Bow, 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 bow.
Unload. Clip.
I love that. I was like, yes. She falls over. She falls over. He shoots her mad times, and she gets up like Lazarus. Girl, she like has blood all over her face, and she looks right at him, and she's like, we're gonna kill all y'all. Bye. And she runs out. I'm just like,
and that is queer coded.
Yeah.
Because there's always that one ex or queer that's rummaging through the community, causing chaos. There's always that one. I want better for you.
Please do
Whoever
better.
you are, you got to be better than that. You got to stop that.
Thank you. So then Stack dies in Smoke's arms. Smoke is like distraught. Smoke and Sammy are like, oh my God, what's going on? Annie, again, our woo-woo girl, Smoke's girl, is like, baby, I'm so sorry, but something weird is happening here. We need to just leave this room and lock the door with him in it. Everybody from the juke joint leaves. It's like, oh, party's over. But the people that stay are our core people. Smoke's girl Annie, Sammy, Mary and Bo, our good sister Perlene, and Unc, again, who's too drunk to really know what's going on.
You don't know what's going on.
And I'm like, that'd be me. I don't want to be here anymore. It's fine.
I unfortunately would have got with Cornbread for sure.
What do you mean?
When he went out to pee.
Oh, yeah, we forgot about that. Cornbread, you're right. Cornbread went out to pee at some point during the party, but like we haven't seen him.
I'm unfortunately no better than Mary going out to try and reconcile with the whites that couldn't get in.
You
I'm gonna say, hey, you guys, listen, this just isn't the type of party. Love your music. Think it's great. You can't come to this party here.
Respect our space.
There is a party you can go to. This one might not be it. Love what you're doing. Keep it up. Gonna like, comment, gonna subscribe, gonna follow. What's the name of the song?
You have IG.
I unfortunately would have got.
I think you're just so friendly and so kind that you've been like, come in. Are you cold?
I think they would have pushed me out the way. I think they would have mushed me. Yeah. Like, girl.
So all these core people are here and they're like, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. As they're figuring out what's going on, they hear a knock on the door where Stack's body was. And they're like, what is going on?
Who's in here?
And then you hear Stack alive and well. And he's like, y'all, let me out. What's up? And Smoke, of course, is emotional and is like, is that you, girla? And he's like, yeah, girla. Like, let me in.
And that's queer coded. You know why?
Why?
Because your terrible ass ex comes back around with the right things to say with the right tone. They know you well, so they got the right cadence, and you trust it.
Trying to manipulate you.
What?
But basically, Smoke is worried because he's like, oh, that's my brother, but something is off here. Long story short, after them going back and forth, Zach barges through the door. But then Annie, our good sis Annie, got a jar of pickled garlic and went shoop right in his face, and he's like, ouch, and then left. And at that point, Annie's like, oh, these are vampires 100%.
Yeah.
You have to figure it out. So she tells everybody this is how we're gonna fight them. We're gonna get wooden stakes, we're gonna get garlic, we're gonna get all this stuff, we're gonna shoot them, all this stuff. While they are going back and forth, they get a couple of visits from the vampires, right? Led by Remick. Remember Birds Hunt Man? And this time it's like Remick, it's the white couple, it's Stack, it's Mary, and they're like, let us inside. Because remember, they can't come inside unless you invite them. And like, let us in. Remick basically says, hey, I want to come in because I want to turn Sammy, because his voice is so beautiful that he's going to attract people to us. Because we learn Remick has a cause. And as we know, the Irish people were oppressed, right? By the English.
I want to say they were slaves.
They were like indentured servants.
Yeah.
But like they were oppressed. And Remick's response to the oppression was to become a vampire and kill all his oppressors. Right.
Which honestly, if you could live lifetimes, here's my thing. If
Tell
you
me.
can live lifetimes over and over and over again and turn people, you could really close the gap and the disenfranchisement. And so I think I would be turned.
Yes.
I think we need a couple years.
Yes.
And I'd like to make it up quick. And I'd like to make hard impact. So yes, I would turn.
Yes, an army against the oppressors. 100%. I'm like, Remick, you know what? Hell yeah. But then they're conflicted because of spirituality. They're like, that's not really the way. But then also Smoke is really conflicted because he's like, I could be with my brother forever. But also, I don't know if I want to be a vampire. That's not cute. So they decline. Oh, also, Bo, at some point, he goes outside. Again, just in the mix. Just outside in the mix. And he gets turned, so he's a vampire now. Everybody that left the juke joint got bit and is outside. You know what I mean? So they're surrounded by vampires that, again, cannot come inside unless they're invited, so they're just surrounded. Mary and Bo have a daughter. Remick, basically, he says, let us inside, or we will go into town and we'll turn your daughter. Mary crashes out and is like, no. They're having this whole argument inside the juke joint because Mary's like, let's let them in and kill them. And the rest of the group is like, no, let's just wait until the sun comes up. And then Mary's like, no.
But I think they messed up, right? Because once you let one vampire in, can't all of them come in?
Exactly. Mary was thinking about her daughter, and she does some bullshit where she yells out to them, come inside. Vampires come in. They have one big fight. Perline ends up getting turned. I'm like, ugh, sucks. Annie ends up getting turned, but then Smoke stabs her before she could turn. He kills her before she could actually,
because he's a real one.
So yeah, everybody dies except for Sammy and Smoke.
Yeah.
Who, after this big showdown, end up killing Remick because they lure him outside and he burns up in the sun during the sunlight. There's another part of this, right? We learned that the people who sold Stack and Smoke the juke joint in the beginning of the film were selling it to them because they were members of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
And they knew that there were going to be a bunch of black people there, and they intended to show up to the juke joint in the morning and kill everybody. Smoke tells Sammy, go home, go leave, you've gone through all this trauma. And then Smoke basically waits for the Ku Klux Klan to come and shoots them and kills them all. He kind of goes on a suicide mission and he gets shot up because he kind of doesn't want to live anymore because his team, everybody's gone, his wife is gone, all this stuff. And
which is also very queer coded.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna die.
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm like, my girl's not here, I'm fine. And then as he's dying, he sees his wife and his babe. That is so cute. On Sammy's side, we're brought back to the beginning of the movie, right, where he's in the church and he's torn up, and now we know what happened. He was running from vampires all night, and his dad asked, will you drop the guitar, will you give up music now because you almost died? And Sammy doesn't give up music. He just, he's like, I need this saved me. And I'm like,
queerness,
my art saved me.
but also he's music and I am queer, and I'm not gonna give this up.
Exactly. Music saves lives. Have you heard My Neck My Back by Kia? Oh my god, saves lives.
That's not where I thought you were going.
Oh, we go to the end of the movie and we fast forward like 70 years. At this point, Sammy is 90 years old and it's the 90s.
Oh yeah.
And he's a successful blues musician. And we're like, wow, that's really, really cute. He has a performance, and at the end of the night, people walk in to come see him. And it is Stack and Mary. And turns out, like, in the whole scuffle of that night 70 years ago, they got away. And of course, they look exactly the same. They have not aged. Because they're vampires. And they're still together. And it's the 90s. So they look like, I don't know.
Hip hop.
Stack basically confesses to him, I fought my brother and he let me go because I promised never to hurt you. I've been following you and I'm proud of you. And Sammy's like, damn, that's crazy. Can you move down like 3 feet, please? And Stack is like, I can still make you a vampire if you want to live a long time. And then Sammy's
not
like,
at 90. And that's also queer coded.
I want to say 90 forever.
90?
I want to be alive forever. That's my goal.
I think I draw the line at like 60.
Yeah, that's cute. That's a good
65.
age.
If you don't turn me by then, don't turn me.
I'm like, leave me alone.
Actually, but I don't know. My mom is 79 and she is a whipper snapper.
Okay.
The baby's still going.
And then Stack is like, okay, that's fine. And then they leave him alone. They're like, it was good to see you. And he's like, it was good to see you too. And that's the end of the movie.
That's the end of the movie. And those are the reasons why it was queer coded to us.
Like, subscribe, and also drop down any other movie that you like to explain, that you would like for us to explain in the comments.